Good morning, Internet, YouTube, Twitter, Chad Lilly, Circle Publishing, ICP Chat on Twitter. Just had an interesting little exchange with his name, New Federalist, new underscore Federalist. I love people like him. They know everything. They know absolutely everything. It doesn't have to be true. They just already know it. We were talking. He sent me some stuff last night about people who talk to plants and how they must be crazy. Because it would be crazy to talk to plants. And he was really pushing the point that it would actually be even more crazy if the plants talked back to you. Granted, alright, kind of see where he's coming from. But I made a comment about The Secret Life of Plants. It's a book. In fact, I'll show you. I'll show you. Are you? Oh, plant. Here we go. Anyway, written by Peter Tompkins and Christopher Bird. Now, New Federalist, this is what I was talking about. See, when you're asking me to explain this, well, you see, I can't really explain that in 140 characters, not adequately, now can I? Now, does it mean it doesn't exist? Does it mean I don't know what I'm talking about? Or does it mean I can't put 400 pages of text into 140 characters? Anyway, back to the point. Point is, in this book, this guy's fascinating, by the way, because this is the guy that invented lie detector tests. And the way he came out with this information about plants was simply he's waiting on a client to come in. He's sitting in his office, and he's got the plants on his desk, and he's got the machine hooked up to it. And he's waiting on the client to come in, so he's just messing around. And he starts taking the plant and hooking it up to the clips, to the lie detector machine. And he does this, and he starts dipping the leaves into his coffee. And he starts finding out that this plant is giving readings. It's responding when the leaf goes into the hot coffee. It's giving off some type of galvanic, measurable response that this plant is giving us. And so that's what got him looking into this. So for the next 10, 15 years, he spends his life. Hold on. I'm still waking up. He spends his entire life, or next 15 years of his life, doing studies on plants. One of the great ones that I remember, he takes 3 plants, puts them on a desk, and there's 10 people part of this experiment. And he tells the 10 people, hey, one of you's assigned to go into this room and cut this plant up. The rest of you are just there to observe. And this happens. They go through the whole line. People come in. The one person who's told to chop up the plant chops up the plant in the middle. And the other 2 plants are measured for a response. By the way, of course, they give a response while the other plant's being cut up. The next day, they cycle the same people through the room with the other 2 plants hooked up. They offer absolutely no response to everyone except for the person who cut up the plant. When that person walked in the room, the plants offer a response. Why? How? Because they have cellular memory. And they remember, that's the guy with the knife. That's the guy with the knife. And we saw what he did to Bob the other day, and they remember. They're offering a response. They're talking. Hear that, New Federalist? They're talking. Just because you can't speak their language doesn't mean they're not talking. Anyway, just putting this together because I get frustrated by people who don't know anything, but they want to prove that you're wrong. And when I offer this information, I'm not making this up. I didn't write this. I didn't, make up his findings. That's not how it works. I'm just pointing it out because, no, I don't think it's crazy to talk to plants. In fact, just like this gentleman, he knows that they offer a response. Every person that deals with plants knows they respond better when they're given energy. Not the words, not the talking to the plants that does anything. Plants don't speak English. It's not that. It's the energy you're giving them. The energy that you're giving them that responds, that they're responding to. And we can measure this response. Therefore, we do know that plants talk. So, New Federalists, I have blocked you, not because of your ignorance. I don't mind the ignorance, and believe me, we're all ignorant of something. I can't even change the oil on my Jeep, and don't even care to know how to. That's not why I blocked you. I blocked you because your attitude. You come at me with this attitude that you, first of all, know everything, even though by your own admission you're completely ignorant. You've never read this. You don't know what it says. And when I point it out to you, you make funny jokes like, oh, plants talk. Well, what do the plants say? Are the plants for Obama? It's not your ignorance that offends me. It's your attitude. So I tell you what, you take your attitude and you keep running your mouth about politics on Twitter over and over and over all day long. Just keep running that mouth. That's fine by me. I don't have to listen, baby. Click. For the rest of you, have a great day. I'm Chad Lilly, Inner Circle Publishing, Aware Talk Radio. And if you haven't read it, The Secret Life of Plants. Interesting, not only theories, but some stuff you can apply yourself. For instance, one of the experiments in here is you take 2 leaves off a plant, both of them green. Take 1 leaf, throw it in the corner, forget about it for a month. Don't think about it, don't touch it, don't look at it, just leave it alone. The other leaf you put beside your bed, or someplace that you're going to see daily, that you can interact with daily. You touch it daily. Spend 10 minutes each day, in the morning and in the evening, just holding it, talking to it, touching it. Really what you want to do is give it love. That's the whole point. But after a month, you'll see for yourself, you won't need this book or my crazy ideas, you'll see for yourself that after 1 month, the leaf that you've given no attention to is withered, brown, and died. The other leaf that you've been giving love to, and energy, and attention, is still perfectly green. New Federalist, what do you think that is? Why do you think that is? Why would the plant be able to sustain itself after a month, being cut off from its root, its source, its energy? How would it be able to sustain itself unless it was living off the energy that you're giving it? Same thing. They did the exact same thing with 3 bowls of rice. 1 bowl of rice was ignored, completely ignored. They do nothing with it, leave it in a room, nothing. The other bowl of rice is screamed at. Oh, you're worthless, you're useless, ugly, horrible, bad rice. 3rd bowl of rice is praised. Great praise, you're beautiful rice, lovely, we love you, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? Guess which bowl of rice rots the fastest? The one that's ignored. See? The one that's ignored. Not the one that's criticized and yelled at and defamed, but the one that's ignored actually rots the fastest. Again, it's energy. It's an exchange of energy that's happening with all things around us, especially what we consider living things. They are giving off a response. They do communicate. They do talk to each other. It just seems that apparently we're not smart enough to speak their language. Anyway, again, Chad Lilly, Inner Circle Publishing. Have a great morning. Just wanted to make this video because New Federalist, like I said, I cannot condense 400 pages of information into 140 characters in some way that will put it in a language that your mind can understand. Have a great day.